Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the second episode of Swingin Theory. Today is a very epic one because I will be talking about the Josie community as a whole. Now, again, in my last video or a couple of videos, I've mentioned her and how people miss her and whatnot, but I really want to talk about how large the community is in general. Like, I don't think people really understand the sheer vastness of the Josie community. You know, you have you have your well, who cares about the other characters? Point is, the Josie community is quite large, and it has been growing exponentially, you know, as the Tekken 7 days have went on, and you know, the people who showcased her, me included, have started doing more things about her. You know, more and more people that were curious. You know, you literally had people show up and be like, "Oh man, I played Josie because of you," and whatnot, all that type of cool stuff. So the Josie community is quite large, dude. And again, it's a real shame that it got not really cut, but like put in a sort of a void. You know, it's still around. It's just pretty much in the void, like I said. It's pretty much a rut. Josie players are in a rut right now, and it's kind of sad because, you know, like I've said before, multiple characters have not made it to Tekken 8, but you know, one of the giant communities surrounding a character also not making it is a big problem for a lot of reasons. Because one, you miss out on a huge player base joining your game, I think. And you know, me saying this may sound, you know, selfish, or who gives a fuck what haters will say. What I'm trying to say is, the fact that Homegirl isn't there means that a large fan base of players are not going to be playing, which is an issue. As you know, Tekken 8 is still on its weird decline. I don't know, you know, you got people that are still hella bored, even though, you know, you got characters coming out. You got the Ujiro soon, I guess, but that's in like December, so it's like whatever. You got Bobbert and the Kangaroo. You know, they're gonna be coming soon, but as of right now in Tekken 8, ain't shit happening really. It's just characters. So I think folks are kind of bored, you know, at this point. So even if, so here's the thing, man. Even if Josie was in the game, I don't think I'd be that bored, honestly. I mean, the game would get boring, but you know, I'd still have something to do in the game, I guess. But you know, it's a real shame that she didn't make it, because Josie folk are kind of confused as to what the hell to do. They don't want to touch the game because she's not. I've literally had people tell me they haven't played the game because she's not in it, and that is valid. I get it. I feel you. But me, being a Tekken content creator, well, at this point, variety creator, I don't really do exclusive Tekken anymore. I change from time to time, as people should. You know, doing Tekken stuff, I should say, for a long time, I've come to see both sides of things. Like, okay, I can see why you don't play, and I can see why you would play, but just hate the fact that, you know, X character isn't in game or whatever. But a lot of the players now that I've come into contact with, they don't play the game at all because the character is not in there. But you know, speaking of Josie, as far as people from the States, where I am, are concerned, I've also had people from the Philippines, man, coming over and say, hey, I'm from the Philippines, love your Josie. And that is quite special, I would say. That is really interesting, because, man, these guys are kicking my ass. Because, of course, Josie is Filipina. So you're gonna have people that love how she's represented and stuff, and then having someone like me who's in the States, you know, doing so much for her, a lot of people, you know, appreciate that, you know, and that's quite special, I would say. You know, I remember in the past, people would ask, you know, a bunch of questions pertaining to how to learn Josie stuff, and those types of questions were very cool, because when you have someone that's very adept or just very knowledgeable in certain aspect of a character, you learn a lot. Like, oh wow, oh, I am gone. But yes, as I was saying, as a person who got onto Josie a long time ago and pretty much learned a lot of stuff myself, and then, you know, as I guess wanted to get more advanced with her, I started to look at pros play to see, you know, like Poke Chop and Kagemaru, Red. What's the other one? Mikazaki? I forgot the dude's name. He's also Japanese. Mizaki something. It begins with an M, but, you know, it doesn't play Tekken anymore as far as I'm concerned. So when you're looking at those guys, you know, you get inspiration and stuff, and then, well, me in particular, you start to take your knowledge and then implement it in other places, and then other people see that and it's like, yo, this is sick, tell me more. And that's pretty much what I experienced, and it was really cool. Long time ago in the Josie Discord, we used to get the most asked question was, how do you do Josie's while standing 2-1 combo? That was the most asked question back in the day, because people genuinely did not know how to get the timing, and I thought that was hilarious, dude. Well, it wasn't really funny, it was just the fact that that question was the most asked one is just very fascinating to me. You know, you got all the other interesting questions and stuff, and then you have people that's like, hey man, I cannot get the timing of this mini combo, can you please help me? And then, you know, people in the Discord, me included or whatever, they'd be like, alright, so here's what you do. it got so much to a point that there was a bot created to automatically give the answer to someone, because, you know, typing it over and over is annoying. So a bot literally was activated to tell them how to do the while standing 2-1 combo, and that was awesome. That was awesome. I miss those days, man. I really do miss those days, dude. So getting back to the Tekken 8 stuff and Josie not being in there in general, it really, I really have to say that there's probably two types of Tekken people at this point. One, you have the guys that's like, oh man, Josie is not in this game, I will not play this game ever until she's in there. And then you have the second type of Tekken person, which is like, man, I'm really bummed that Josie isn't in here, but I will play Tekken 8 because I need that Tekken itch. I need to hit somebody. And I fall in that category. I fall in that category because, again, I've been playing Tekken for a long time. I can't exactly I mean, I literally could put Tekken 8 down and say, fuck it, we Tekken 7 maining now, but, you know, I've been playing Azucena, even though she does not scratch the Josie itch whatsoever. She still, you know, she still hits people, and that's fun to hit people in a fighting game, so that's pretty much what I use that game for, literally its purpose as a fighting game. But, you know, I do feel bad for the Josie folk that have stopped playing Tekken altogether because of the one character. That really tells you something, dude. A character being so groundbreaking to the point to where that they won't even play the next installment because said character is not in it. And again, that really should tell you how cool a character is. It really should. You know, so again, I really feel for him, bro. I really do. But I don't know, man. It just, again, like I've mentioned before, you know, her being in the game would really be up to Harada and yeah, the other guy. I can't remember his name, dude. I swear. Work days be killing your brain sometimes. You can't really do the thinking. But, you know, those two people could have brought her in the game. And now that they're gone, yeah, well, not so much. So, what I think the community needs right now is a gigantic get-together or a huge reminder of how the character, you know, how awesome the character was and still is. I think that's what the community needs right now. Because, again, you know, with Josie not being in the game, people are kind of just like, oh man, I don't know what to do, you know. So I think there needs to be some sort of get together or something, you know, where Josie folk on the PC, because that's also where I reside mostly, on PC on Steam, where Josie folk can reside and play games till their fingers cramp. I really think that's what they need, because, like I've said before, I really don't think that Homegirl's making it. So, and you know what's really funny? People that miss it, I've heard this as well. People that miss Josie have also said they can't return to Tekken 7 because of the load times. Now, okay, I get it, but at the same time, if you miss her that much, wouldn't you at least not mind, not really mind it, just like put it off to the side, you know, because you're getting an opportunity to play one of your favorite characters again. Maybe it's the fact that, maybe it's a double thing. Maybe it's the fact that Josie is not in the next game and Tekken 7's long load times. Maybe it's double of that, you know? Could be that. You never know. But again, I think the Josie community needs a huge reunion. Like, seriously. I think that will be very healthy. Get everybody together. Shoot, I can host it. I can host it. All we gotta do is get it working. You know? Get a whole bunch of people in on it, and then we can proceed accordingly. I think that'll be great. So, with that being said, if people really do want to see Josie in the next game, hey, modders, I think it's up to you now. It is up to the modders. The modders are the only hope, because, you know, she ain't gonna make it, bruh. So the only way for Josie to be in the next game, or Tekken 8, is for the modders to do their thing. I really think that's the only way. It did do shooting through the wall. I really do think this is the only way. So, if there is a talented modder that anybody knows that could probably do so, I think there may be a chance. There may be a chance. There's still a chance. No matter how low it is, it's never exactly zero, is it? You know? So there's still a chance, even though it could be low. You never know. But, Josie folk, you guys have been going through it the most, I believe. I think everybody else kind of just gave up, but the Josie folk are the most dedicated fans ever. Ever. I'm so serious. Like I said, you have people that will not touch the game because she's not in it. And that's insane. But, in closing, I shall say, I really do think modding is the only way to bring her in the game, and a get-together is in order. It is in order. It has to happen. Again, I will host it, but I just need a whole bunch of people to say yes or whatever in order to proceed. So, if people are interested, if you've made it to the end of this video and you are interested in what I'm saying, then let's do it, dude. Let's do it. Let's have ourselves a Josie Day, where a whole bunch of people just goes on and have fun playing Josie. Oh, they done took me out. Alright, so let's do that. I think that'll be good for everyone that misses Josie. So yeah, let me know what you think, man. Cause I really think the Josie folk needs this at this moment. Cause you have people still coming back and saying, man, I miss this character, man, I miss this, man, I miss that. So if we can get this working, then maybe Josie can get some traction again, like the old days. I don't know. We'll try to get that going. But let's go ahead and end this by swinging to Peter's home. You know the deal. So before I get on over there, I'm still gonna be yapping a bit. Yeah, dang, dude. It's so strange, isn't it? Because the lineup of Tekken 8, when you look at it, it really just feels like someone took names out of a hat and just went ahead and picked random names. Because it really feels like that. Because I don't think, well, Bob was kind of going to be a thing because of the Bob's Burgers and all that, but the kangaroo? Now, come on now. You cannot look me in the face and tell me that people were asking for the damn kangaroo. Like, to the point to where they are doing it in Tekken 8. You can't tell me that this is true. There's no way. And that tells me that it was random. They literally put names in a hat and said facts. Let's do it this way, since we don't know what the hell to do and we don't want to piss anybody off. So let's just do it by random so we can feel better about ourselves. And the pick a number, any number type of method, that seems very odd, dude. That because again, man, what are these choices? And then you got Yojiro, which is whatever. We'll see what he's like when he comes out, but You know, the Bob and the Kangaroo. Again, that's random as hell. Nobody was asking for these guys. Even though Bob was kind of a thing to begin with. It's like, yo, nobody was really asking for these folks. So the choices may have been out of a hat, but I don't know, dude. It, whatever. Doesn't really matter, right? Let's get a Josie thing going. I know you guys miss her, so let's band together and play her once more. Alright? And modders, please, you know what to do.